You never thought your life would turn out like this, an arranged marriage to the most favorite mafia boss in the city. Jin Jungkook loves for his ruthlessness, power, and undeniable charm. Jungkook is a man who always gets what he wants, and for some reason, what he wants is you. You were never involved in your family's mafia business, being the youngest daughter of a wealthy family. You were kept away from the darkness that lurked in the shadow. But all that changes when you were told you want to marry Jungkook as part of a deal between your families. Say you were scared was an underestimate. Jungkook was obsessed with you the way he watched you. How his hand would linger on your skin as if you were a prized possession in terrified you were his whatever you liked it or not. It all started with a family dinner at the candlelighter in the dining room cast a soft glow over the large table, but the tension in the air was heavy. You said slightly, hands gripped the edge of your chair while your father's voice echoes through the room. We have made the arrangement, he said, his tone cold and final. You will be marrying Jian Jungkook. Your breath caught in your throat. You could feel your mother's eyes on you, scrutinizing his gaze, but she said nothing. No one ever opposite your father. Jungkook sat across from you, calm and composed, as ever his dark eyes looked onto yours. A smile chugged at his lips, making your smuttish churn. No, you whispered, your voice barely audible. What did you say? Your father snapped, his eyes staring. I don't want to marry him, you stammered, your heart pounding in your chest. You could feel Jungkook's instant gaze burning into you. Jungkook finally spoke, his voice slow and smooth. It's already done, sweetheart. Your eyes started to him, fear bubbling up inside you. He did not look angry, he looked amused. You're mine now, he said, leaning back in his chair, that possessive glint in his eyes making you shiver. And I take care of what's mine. The wedding happened too fast. You had no time to process the events that led to the moments. Standing in front of the mirror, dressed in a white gown that felt more like a chain than a symbol of love. The bedroom was well after the reception was messy but suffocating at the same time. You stood by the window, staring out of the moonlit sky, trying to calm the storm brewing inside you. You did not even hear him come in until you felt his presence behind you. Beautiful, Jungkook murmured, his voice sounding shimmered on your spine. His hands found your waist, pulling you close to him. You froze. I'm scared. You attempted. Your voice trembling. Jungkook's grip tightened, his lips brushing against your ear. You have nothing to be scared of. No one will ever touch you, hurt you, or even look at you the wrong way as long as you are mine. But what if it's you I'm scared of? You whispered, barely able to get the words out. For a moment there was silence. You could feel his breath on your neck, and then he checked low and dark. I would never hurt you, he said, turning you around to face him. His dark eyes bored into yours, filled with an instantly that made your heart race. But I won't let you run away. Either you being to me violent days turned into weeks, and you found yourself constantly and as Jungkook obscene with you grew stronger each day, and it terrified you how much control he had over your life. Everything you went, he was there. His man followed you if he was not around, making sure you were always under his watchful eye. It felt like you were trapped in a golden cage. One evening, as you sat in the living room reading a book, Jungkook entered the room. He watched you in silence for a moment before speaking. Why are you so scared for me? He asked. His tone soft, almost concerned. You looked up, meeting his gaze. Because I don't know what you are to me. You are flexible. His snake moving closer until he was standing right in front of you. You think I will hurt you. You did not answer, but your silence spoke volumes. Jungkook knelt down in front of you, his hand reaching out to cup your cheek. His touch was surprisingly gentle, but his eyes held that some obsessive glint. I had rather tried than hurt you, but if anyone else tried to take you from me, I won't hesitate to kill them. Why not? You finally had enough. I can't do this anymore. You shouted, your voice trembling as tears streaming down your face. Jungkook stood across the room, his expression darkening. What did you say? I can't keep living like this. I'm not a possessive you can own. Jungkook, you sobbed, your heart pounding in your chest. She scares me. You say you love me, but I feel like I'm suffocating. His face softened, but there was something dangerous in his eyes. He crosses the room in quick strides, gripping your wrist and pulling you close to him. Don't say things you are regret. He warned, his voice low and menacing. You think you can leave me? You think you can just walk away from this? As you scoffed, pulling away from him. There is no us, Jungkook. There's you, and there's me, trapped in this nightmare. For a moment there was silence, then suddenly Jungkook's hands were on your shoulders, spinning you against the wall. His grip was firm but not painful, his breath hot against your skin. You think I don't know that you are scared of me, he groaned, his eyes burning with intensity. You think I don't feel if every time you flinch when I touch you, your heart raced, fear gripped your chest as his word did you. Let me make one thing clear, he continued, his voice low and dangerous. You are mine, and whatever you like it or not, you will learn to live with that. Days later, Jungkook left for an urgent message meeting, leaving you alone in the mansion. For the first time in what felt like forever, you saw this as your only opportunity. You had to escape. With shaky hands, you poked a small bag and slipped out of the back door, your heart racing as you ran through the empty street, praying that Jungkook would not find out until it was too late, but you underestimated him. You did not even make it to the city's outskirts before you were considered by one of his men. He dragged you back to the mansion. While Jungkook was waiting, his face a mask of worry. What were you thinking? He demanded, grabbing your arms and pulling you into his office. Did you really think you could get away from me? I just needed some space. You stammered, tears spilling from your eyes. I can't breathe in here. Jungkook, you are suffocating me. Jungkook's expression softened, but his grip on your arm remained firm. I'm not trying to suffocate you, Ryan. I'm trying to protect you. From what you cried, your voice breaking. You are the one I am scared of. His eyes darkened, and for a moment you thought he might snap. But instead, he pulled you into his arms, holding you tightly against his chest. I don't care if you are scared of me, he whispered into your ear. I'm never letting you go. After your time escape, things between you and Jungkook shifted. You still feared him, but there was something deeper now. You could see the cracks in his armor, the vulnerability he tried so hard to hide. One evening, as you lay in bed together, Jungkook spoke softly, his voice filled with an emotions you had not heard before. Now I scared you, he admitted, his hand gently stroking your hairs, but I need you to understand you are the only thing in my life that makes sense. I can't lose you. You looked up at him, surprised by the sincerity in his voice. I don't know how to love any other way, he confused, but I will try. If you let me, for the first time you saw the man behind the mafia boss, the man who was just as scared of being you as you were of him. Weeks passed since your failed escape. Despite the lingering tension, there were small, unaccepted moments where Jungkook obsessive seemed to soften. One night you found him in the kitchen late, his back turned as he quickly stirred something on the stove. You stood the entrance, confused and hesitant. Jungkook. He turned around, and for a moment he did not wear the cold marks of control he usually did. He smiled through it was faint. I could not sleep, thought I had make something for us. You blinked taken back. Jungkook cooking this was the same man who had sent you traveling with fear just week ago. Wordlessly you walked in and sat at the counter watching him move. There was something intimate about the moment. It was quiet, just the soft glitter of post and paints, the warmth of the kitchen light casting a golden hue over him. When he placed the bowl of soup in front of you, he looked almost shy. It's not much, but I used to make this for myself when things got too heavy. Your fingers brush against the warm bowl, feeling the gestures rather than the heat. Thank you, you whispered, finally able to muster a genius response. He sat across from you, watching you eat in silence for once. His gaze did not feel possessive or overwhelming. It felt almost tender, like he was waiting for some kind of unspoken connection to from between you. You don't have to be scared of me all the time, you know. He finally said, breaking the silence. I can be this too. You push spoon, hovering over the ball. Then why do you always choose to be something else? Jungkook's expression darkened slightly, a flickering of the mafia boss in his eyes, but just as quickly it was gone, replaced by something softer. Because the word I am in demanded, but I will try for you. I can't change overnight, but I will try. As the days rolled into weeks, you saw more of Jungkook, the real Jungkook. There were still moments where his possessiveness overpowered everything else, but there were also quiet moments of vulnerability. One evening, you found him sitting on the balcony, his posture tense as he stared out at the city. You hesitated at the doorway, but something about his expression drew you closer. Jungkook, you called softly, stepping outside. What's wrong? He did not turn to look at you. Do you hate me? The question hit you like a punch to the gut. You did not know how to answer it. And did you hate me after everything he had done? The fear he instilled in you, the way he trapped you in this life. But you could not say yes. Somewhere along the line, something had shifted between you two. I don't know. You admitted honestly, coming to stand beside him. I don't think I hate you. I think I am confused. Jungkook finally looked at you, his eyes searching yours for the first time since you married him. He looked uncertain. I don't know how to love, he said, his voice strained, not the way normal people do, but I love you. I need you to know that you are the only thing in my life that is not drained by the business, by the blood. You swallowed hard, the weight of his word sinking in. I don't need you to be perfect, Jungkook. I just need to feel safe. I need to know I have a choice. He reached out, his hand hovering in the air before the gentle brush the strand of hair behind your ears. I have given you that. I will try. I can promise you freedom from this life, but I can promise you that I will protect you, love you, even if my way inflate. Just when you thought things were beginning to settle, the world reminding you that Jungkook's life was never safe. One night, the mansion was suddenly quiet. You were sitting on the sofa, flipping through a book. Was suddenly there was a loud crash from the front of the house. Your heart dropped. Jungkook had been away from business again. You had not seen him from 2 days. Panicking, you jumped up from your seat just as the door to the living room burst open. Man, Jungkook's men rushed in, their faces tense. Miss Wan, you need to come with us now. What? Why? What's happened? You stammered, fears flooding your senses. No time, no explain. We need to get you out of here. One of the men reached for your arm, but before they could lead you away, Jungkook appeared in the doorway, his eyes blazed with fury. She's not going anywhere, he cried, stepping into the room. There was blood on his shirt, and the wise look in his eyes sent a shiver on your spine, Jungkook. You started, but he silenced you with a look. There's after you, he said. He was slow and controlled. Someone's trying to use you to get to me. Your blood ran cold. What? Who? Jungkook clenched his jaw, the muscles shaking in his neck. An old rival, he's targeting you because he knows what you mean to me. Fear gripped your heart. What will you do, Jungkook? I softened for just a moment as he approached you, shaking your face in his hand. I told you, and no one will touch you as long as you will mine. The teeth on your lip forced you and Jungkook into hitting. The following days were filled with tension and fear as Jungkook's man works to track down the rival who had the target you. One night, as you sat alone in the safe house, Jungkook entered the room, his expression unreadable. I will handle it, he said simply, sitting down beside you. Handles what? You asked, your voice barely a whisper. The man who tried to take you from me, he's gone. You are safe now.